Hello student, today we are going to learn about the bistable multivibrator using 555 timer. Now if you see in 555 timer, bistable means both the high as well as low state it is stable. It will be there stable in mode both the mode. Now let me first draw the circuit diagram of this 555 timer. Now if you draw the circuit diagram of 555 means connection of 555 timer, here at terminal 2 and terminal 4 switch is connected. Let me connect that switch. Now this is the how the switch is connected. Now this is your switch connection. Here it is VCC only. Here also I am making one switch. This is the switch that I have made. Now this is your S1 and this is your S2. This is the two switch that I have applied. Now this is how the connection is done. Now terminal 2 is connected here and this is your VCC. Initially this terminal 2 and terminal 4 is connected to VCC, and when you press S2 it will connect to ground, and when you press S1 it will be connected to ground. Now suppose, and moreover one more, here it is connected to ground. Now if you see here the operation of this 555 timer, suppose we have taken VCC 12. Now we have supplied this voltage, these 3 resistance with a 12 volt, and according to the potential divider circuit, this is going to come 8 volt and this is going to come 4 volt. VCC into 2 by 3, VCC by 3. This is the voltage that you are going to get. Now if you look at the output over here, this is your open loop gain. Now open loop op amp. Now what will be the output? Non-inverting minus inverting. What is the non-inverting voltage? 0 minus 8 volt into 10 to the power 5. This is minus V set it is going to give you. It means negative logic you are going to get. Now if you see over here, now here you are going to get 4 volt, and what is this connection? It is VCC. VCC is what we have taken 12 volt. Here 12 volt you are getting. Now what will be the output? 4 minus 12 into 10 to the power 5. You are going to get that output as minus V set or negative logic. Now when S and R we have 0 0, then what will be the output? It will be the previous state. Suppose the previous state output is 1. Now it will remain in the previous unless until you do some changes. Now after some time what I am doing, I am going to apply switch S2, means we have pressed this switch S2. What will be after pressing switch S2? This is going to connect it to ground. It means after some time we have applied the switch S2. This is the switch we have, means for a small interval of time it will go to 0 and then again it will come to plus 12 volt. Then we are going to see the operation of what will be the output. Now when it is connected to output to ground, then 0 has been applied, means it has become active. When clear is active, means when clear is applied with 0 in RS flip flop, then it is going to clear all the output, means it is going to make output to 0. Now here at this instant only your output will come to 0. Now if I draw the with this line, then what will be the output? Now let me draw the output. This is it. Initially it was this one. Now output come to 0. Now it will remain in 0 mode till unless and until you make some changes. Now after some time what we have thought, we are going to apply this S1. When you apply this S1, this switch S2 will be connected to ground. When this S2 is connected to ground, it means this switch was initially 12 volt, and after some time this is going to ground momentarily, and again it will come to 12 plus 12 volt, because this switch is only one press switch and then it is going to come to 12 volt. Now when this is your 0 volt, suppose this you got 0 volt, then what will be the output over here? Now let me erase this one. Now it is connected to 0 volt. Now if you see the output, this is 0, this is 4, means 4 minus 0 into 10 to the power 5, it is going to give you plus V set, means 0 has turned to 1, means S is 1, R is 0. What will be the output? Output what you are going to get? 1 and Q bar as a 0, means again you are going to see there is changes in the output, and output what you are going to get? Output is again going to come to 1, means as long as we are supplying these switches S1 and S2, this is your S2 and S1, we have seen that output is stable in both the state. Unless and until you change some changes in S1 or S2, it is going to remain in the same state. Now if you see, we are going to go and construct that diagram in the LTspice. Now let me go to LTspice. This is your LTspice. Now let me clear it. Now what diagram we need to draw? Now this is the new schematic that we have selected. Now go here. Now go to voltage source. We need the voltage source, and we need 2 voltage source. That's why we have taken 2 voltage source. Now go and select a 555 timer first. Now here in miscellaneous, you are going to get NE555. Now this is the 555 timer that we have selected. Now if you want to, what will be the circuit diagram? Let me draw it with the pen first. Now if you see, this is your circuit diagram. Now what is going to connection is it going to look like? Now if you delete this one, now this is going to be connected to ground. This is going to connected to ground, and there was 2 switch to terminal 2. Here you are going to connect 1 switch, and at terminal 4 you are again going to connect another switch. These 2 switches you must connect. This is S1 and S2, and we have made terminal 6 the ground, and this is a 12 volt that we have connected, and this is we need to drop. Now what we are going to do, we are just going to connect the switches. Now initially in our operation, what we have done, now let me delete all these things. Now suppose delete all this one. Now let me connect first the switches. Now what was the switches that we have given, and this is the switches that we have selected. Now how to make the switches, means for a small period of time we were making the switch to go to 0. Now first connect this one to switch. Now this is we are going to make this as a switch. Now here terminal 2 and terminal 4 we are making as a switch, and second again get a voltage source which is needed over here. Now if you come here, select voltage source for that VCC. Now put escape button. Now if you see, this is the your 555 timer operation. Now what I am going to connect VCC to terminal 8. This is your VCC I am supplying. This is the VCC that we have connected, and for this I need one ground. This is the we have given. Now you have seen that terminal 1 and terminal 6 was connected with the ground. Let me connect terminal 1 and terminal 6. This is your terminal 1, and I am taking this one out, and I am connected to terminal 6, and terminal 1 and terminal 6 was connected to ground. Let me bring the ground. This is the total circuit diagram, and this is the output we are taking. Let me connect these 2 switches. We are going to make this voltage source a switch. Now this is the switch that we got. Now what we have done, now let me supply this VCC as a 12 volt. This is the 12 volt we have given. This is the VCC we have given. Now let me make the switches. Now what was the switch? Now this is the I am going to give a pulse. Now initial voltage, what will be the initial voltage? Initially it is connected to 12 volt, and it is going to 0 volt for momentarily, means initial voltage 12 and momentarily we are taking V1 as a 0, and time delay after 10 milliseconds. Suppose we are giving this input, means switch S2 we are applying. Rise time, fall time we are keeping it 0 because it must rise and stop smoothly, and suppose we are making on period 4 millisecond and total time period as a 5 millisecond. It means, what does it means? If you see what does it means initially the voltage is 12 volt, and after 10 millisecond of delay, this is your time axis. After the 10 millisecond of delay, now you are going to get output beyond 0, means here you are going to 0, and this is going to be on for 4 millisecond, and in total 5 time period of 5 millisecond. Here it is going to get on for, means 0 volt for 4 millisecond, and again it is going to come back to plus 12. This means this one, and here we are going to make it for one cycle only. Here if you select, now here we are going to make it for one cycle. This is the switch that we have selected for S2. Now if you see S1, now go to advanced, select the pulse. Now again initially it will be 12 volt and V on will be 0 and time delay initially we have given. Now if you see, this is the switch that we have given. Now if this is the S2 that we have given, now we want to give S1. Now after certain time delay we are going to provide the S1. Now initially we have given for 10 millisecond. Now after 50 millisecond we are going to provide this one, this pulse we are going. So time delay we are going to take around 50 millisecond. This is the 50 millisecond we have taken time. Now let me put the 50 millisecond I have taken. Now rise time, fall time I have kept it, it will take a 0 only. Now T on, how much time it will be going to on, means this time period that we are taking it's of. Now again this time period we are taking of again 4 millisecond. From 4 millisecond it will go to of 0 volt and again it is going to come back to. Now let me select the cursor. Now it is going to be 4 millisecond and time period, total period is 5 millisecond we have taken, and cycle, one cycle we are taking. Now this is the S2 that we have selected. Now this is the we have done. Now we are going to run this one. Now if you run, the stop time that they will ask. Now we are doing all the operation for 10 millisecond and 50 millisecond. Now this is the 10 minute, at least for 100 millisecond we will be looking at our output. Now let me keep it to 100 millisecond and make start external voltage supply 0 and make it okay, and then run it. If I run this one, now let me run this one. Now let me run. If you want to see the pulse, this is the pulse of after 50 millisecond it has come, and if you want to see this pulse it has come after 10 millisecond. Now let me delete all this pulse. This is after 10 millisecond and this is after 20 millisecond. And what will be the output, means when we have made this, if you see, when we have made this one, this to go 0, means initially the output was 1. As soon as this is applied it will become 0 and it will remain till 0, and after some time switch S1 is applied for a small interval of time, and when this was applied then our output was 1, means we are going to get output of this kind. Now if you click at the output, now if you click at the output, let me click at the output. Now this is the output that we got. Now if you want to see perfectly, till 10 millisecond the pulse was applied. Now from 1 it went to 0, and after 50 millisecond when the pulse S1 was applied, it again went to 1 state, means in both the state it is stable. That is why it is called a bistable state.